Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90 and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss any upload as it comes up. And if you're new to the channel or you've been here for a while, the easiest way for you to move around or to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest in that. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, make sure you consider becoming a member of the channel. So on the subscribe button, you see a join button there. Make sure you become a member so that you support the team on the production. And catch you. Well, Makebi Zulu seems to be leading the opinion poll that was recently conducted by Emmanuel Mwamba. So expect more of these opinion polls being circulated online. Everybody's got their opinion and they're free to vote as we head into the August election. But I'm pretty sure what's predominating this opinion poll within the Patriotic Front is those internal wrangles within the Patriotic Front. Who takes over the other version of the PF? Because there's a Chavinga version claiming they have the papers, they're in court for that. I think the judgment for that particular court case is coming up this coming Friday. We'll get the verdict for that. But within the PF, they are fighting for who's running the FDD, which are saying is a special vehicle for elections in this year if the PF is not given back to its original owners. And that's the opinion poll that was conducted by Emmanuel Mwamba. So Zambia decides. From the 340 live direct answers on phone calls, the results and percentages are approximately as it shows. So according to election results pie chart, Makebi Zulu leads that opinion poll, followed by Hari Kalaba, then Brian Mundubile. So Hari Kalaba even beats Brian Mundubile, then Chitaru Chirufya, Fred Membe, and John Sangwa, and then finally Given Lubinda. So according to that opinion poll, the percentage is Makebi polled by 42%, 42.68, 42.86%, while Sarikaba, that's 38.78, Brand Mundu 12.24, and then the rest follow from that list. But the top three are Makebi Zulu, Hari Kalaba, then Brand Mundu, according to that opinion poll that was conducted live by Emmanuel Mwamba on his platform. And recently it came out like it's the biggest streaming platform on Facebook, that is. When it comes to YouTube, we beat him by margins, but yeah, on Facebook he's dominating there. But yeah, so according to his opinion poll, that's what it looks like. Makebi came out tops for that. So that's live voter tally says 1,002 participated out of 5,000 comments. And then those are the votes as they were tabulated there. And then he breaks down how it was. So Makebi dominates that by 47% based on that comment section. Pretty much it boils down to the fact that Makebi Zulu has won that opinion poll that was conducted by Given Lubinda. Then Given Lubinda has issued a statement with regard to the Patriotic Front. So Patriotic Front finalizes preparation for its February 28th General Conference. So according to the PF, I don't know how this works, because from what I understand is that, the verdict is coming on the 27th of this month. So it's either they will have the verdict in court and then go for the convention. But Brian Mundui's team is already on the ground, and then I don't know how that works. Is he going to participate? Because he paid his nomination fee for him to participate in those internal politics of the PF. But these are the details according to Phoenix FM. So Patriotic Front faction led by Given Lubinda has finalized its preparation for its general conference scheduled for February 28th, 2026. The faction acting Deputy Secretary General for Politics, Mao Sampa, has confirmed the development in a statement following the Central Committee meeting held yesterday, which approved the delegate list and party's electoral commission and all associated logistics. During the meeting, which was chaired by acting party president, that's Given Lubinda, it was resolved that unexpected judgment on February 28th, 2026 would not affect the convening of the general conference. So it's actually on the 25th. What's the 25th? It's tomorrow. So the court verdict between Robert Chavinga and the rest of the other side of the PF, the verdict is tomorrow. It's not even Friday. So tomorrow, in the next coming couple of hours, we'll get that verdict. Whether PF goes to Robert Chavinga or these guys win it back. And from what they're sounding like, it's like they already know what the outcome of that. So simply saying that does not affect their move. They are still going on with the general conference, even if Chavinga is given the PF. And then they're going to pick a special vehicle, purpose vehicle for elections. And then Mr. Samba says the Central Committee also approved the appeal by Mansa Member of Parliament, Dr. Chitaru Chufya, who was expelled from the controversy surrounding Bill 7, adding that Dr. Chitaru Chufya has since been reinstated as a member of the Central Committee. So Chitaru Chufya is back in that presidential race. Meanwhile, Central Committee has condemned the address delivered by Hakainde Hichilema in Parliament on the application of national values and describing it as aversive and self-congratulatory, pretty much like he was self-praising. And then the committee expressed regret that President Hichilema did not address the ongoing impasse surrounding the burial of the late President Edgar Lungu, warning that the matter has continued to fuel political tensions and caused regional embarrassment for the country. The Central Committee has also raised serious concerns over provisions in the proposed electoral process bill of 2026, including the removal of the watermark and stamps on the ballot papers. And what it described as irregularities in the tabling of the bill. So pretty much that's what's going on in the PF. Their convention, they say, is ongoing. Whether they lose tomorrow's court case against Chavinga, they're still ongoing. But on the other hand, Brad Mundwe continues his country tour. These people are still ongoing. Brad Mundwe is on the country tour and also is Makebi Zulu. So now Brad Mundwe is in Western Province, and that's just where Makebi Zulu had left. It's quite funny to see. If they were to unite, they would make a serious headway, but it clearly seems like the likelihood of them uniting doesn't look like it. And then Chela Tukuta was like, Makebi, Munduwire, Lubinda, and the likes are fighting for the share of the 1.8 million voters ECL got. Number about 1.5 million are now with Bali. So Chair Tokuta says, yes, the votes that these guys are fighting for in the name of getting an endorsement from Edgar Chagalungu's family, those voters, 1.5 of them have gone to the UPND. That's according to Chair Tokuta. We are just jumping at them. And then this morning I heard the honor of paying his courtesy on His Majesty Lubosi Imwako II at the Mulunga Palace in Western Province. Obviously, that's where those images were taken when he paid the courtesy call, just like what's his name? Makebi Zulu had done just a couple of days ago. But something interesting is this: you don't need to know. I mean, you don't need to know this. And a member of parliament in Lusaka has run away to start campaigns in Malambo Mfue constituency. So earlier on, I had even stated to say there are some members of parliament that are likely not going to be adopted by the UPND because it's so abundantly clear that they are unpopular on the ground and the margins that they were won by were very minimal. Now, going to the August elections, the popularity has even dwindled. So now they are targeting these constituencies that are being created in rural areas to contest. And according to that platform, says there is a member of parliament that after a delimitation has been done in Mfue, Malambo district, he has already gone on the ground to go and campaign. I'm pretty sure you can figure out who that is. Earlier on, he was sounding very confident. No one can get my constituency, but I think he has smelled the coffee, and someone wise on his team has advised him to say, my friend, the likelihood of you retaining a seat in Lusaka does not look realistic. Just go in the village and maybe stand a chance there, because even at national level, for you to be adopted, there is that won't be happening in Lusaka. But if you go for a new constituency, maybe the party might be willing to risk that new constituency, not a constituency that is already established and they want to retain it. So expect more of this. Most of the members of parliament in Lusaka will opt to go to the new constituencies that they will create in rural areas, because returning seats in Lusaka won't be like anything. It's a different ballgame going into this August general elections. And then one of the people, that's Emmanuel J. Banda in exile, he was confirming to say he's a registered voter and he's going to contest the Peter Uke seat as member of parliament again. And he shared the details after he had verified his registration details with the ECZ. And he has endorsed Brian Mundubile as candidate in this election. Let's see how that works out. And he's been urging a number of people to get on the bandwagon. One of them is the Nkana Member of Parliament, Bino Ampundu, who has joined the support for Brian Mundubile. And probably from the conversation, it's looking like he's hoping for him being adopted as a running mate, but I don't know how that plays out. But there are no more hungry learners. That's in the real times. Obviously, the eating program or food program that was launched by the president yesterday at Kablonga Boys. And then Patriotic Front, a movement that won't die. That's Stephen Kampiongo. Says the former ruling party will certainly rise again, despite the Mingalto being used to exterminate and obliterate the party. Says the Patriotic Front has morphed into a movement which is unstoppable. So that's according to the PF. However, there are 8 wives. If you had stayed in the village as a statement, I'm pretty sure you remember Hakainde Hichilema says. So education saved him from being married to 8 women and obviously staying in the village. He says in that headline in the Daily Nation. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Have a beautiful day.